Welcome back, everybody. Today we are starting somewhat late again. I think it's like 3 or 4 o'clock right now. We actually just went to a Elevated Concepts season opening drift event, and I just wanted to check everything out and see kind of how the crowd was over here, and it was really, really fun. It was really sweet. Saw a couple other E46s and got to talk to some of those guys and see kind of what they do. It was really cool. So now we're back. We're gonna get the rear subframe put back in this thing, and we actually are painting these rear control arms because Jackson took them back to work and sandblasted them, and they look great. He's actually out here working his magic right now. So I did the first coat. He's finishing that up so we can get started on the subframe. So today I plan on getting the subframe back in. We're gonna leave the diff out, and we're going to get these crappy control arms put back in just so we can make it a roller. I'm gonna be taking the axles out, and then I will hopefully be able to just get this thing off the jacks and roll it. Because the plan with this is to be able to roll it over to my buddy Casey's shop so he can put in those rear subframe welds. Now, the guys that I talked to that also drove E46s, everybody says you need to go with the 330 because it's more dependable, but he said that's not always true. He had a 255,000 mile stock motor E46, which made me really, really happy because this one's only 190,000 miles, so it looks like I have got a long life ahead on this vehicle. He's still on the stock drivetrain, stock differential, stock trans, so this thing is gonna hold up pretty well, and he absolutely threw down. Now, he's obviously a better driver than me because I've never been in this thing, but I'm super excited now that we have the rear taken out, and we will be getting this thing back on the ground today. So I don't know if I'll take it off the jack stands, but it'll be at the point where we can. So should be a pretty quick, easy process of getting that guy put back in there and the control arms back in to make it real quick and easy. Might do a couple other things. We'll see kind of how it goes and how long this takes and how well everything rolls around. So the other day I went out and bought this specifically for this car because we did not have a 30mm 12 point, and that's what it takes to get this off. So these should be pretty easy to get out. I think Jackson will probably have to hold it so it doesn't roll off too much, but it should be a pretty easy process of getting these off. Axle nuts came out nice and smooth, so I'm gonna give her a little bit of love with this mallet and see if she pops out. Easy peasy. A little bit of love and technique, both popped. This one popped out really easily. You can see that one's covered in a little bit of PB Blaster. So both are out. We should be able to just pop the subframe back in. Once the control arms, that guy and that guy right there, once those dry, we'll be able to pop those back in. Unfortunately, these will be going back in for today until I buy new ones. Hopefully at the end of this week, I'll be able to buy new ones. But she's coming together. Planning next month to buy some suspension for this thing because stock ride height's just not going to do. We were watching guys try to drift all day long on stock suspension. It didn't go very well. So she's coming along. We thought it was going to be easier to take out half of the drive shaft, but that's not true. It's actually a pain. So we're just going to take the whole thing out. It's like 5 bolts. It's 5 bolts. So we're just going to knock it out real quick, get it real nice and easy out. Axle didn't want to come out, so we just zip tied it up to kind of just a little spot where we could throw some zip ties in. Jackson's the specialist with zip ties. So we just put it up there. I'm going to do a little bit of research on how this guy needs to go in, if there's any specific order you need to do anything, because I'd rather do it right the first time. Even though it's going to be coming back out so we can weld in there, I'd just rather know how to do it. So we're going to check that out, set these guys off to the side, and kind of start to get to work on that. All right, subframe's just kind of lifting back in there. We're going to get these bad boys on there so it holds everything in place, and it should be that easy.
Sitting well below the minds as I wait upon the Sabbath, trapped inside a lucid dream. I hear the tapping of the demons in the night, a conjuring of evil souls provokes a beast, and it will lead you till your best resorts to fall. This antichrist has been conceived under the priest. Our kingdom comes, eternal flames hang up these walls inside the church. You cannot run. A lonely shepherd with no purpose travels on through the labyrinth, instigated by a serpent. Feel feel the pressures of complexion. Life ain't really what it seems. The interruption of illusion drags us further from the peace. And so I send them my refuse. All these lies they will protect.
That'd be nice. All right, now we're underneath the car. The diff looks great, by the way, but these little washers go over the bushing to replace the rear brace that I took out because there's like a little metal cylinder in there that you guys saw, and it'll just fall out. So the whole subframe would just bump out, which wouldn't be very cool. So got these guys in there. Look really good. Bolts look like crap, but I don't really care because they're under the car. So it's coming along pretty well. I'm just going to slowly zap these guys in. We'll see how it goes. All right, subframe's in, so now we got to work with these guys. Got a little bit of a ghetto rig going on here. So these look way, way better than they did when they first came out of the car, and it makes me very excited because I'll be able to see if there's any leaks or anything. I like satin black. I think it looks the best. That's why my subframe's satin black. So they're gonna look good in there. Not gonna do any crazy colors on these because I don't really care.
See driver on there.
Yeah. Driver. Had to label them just in case. This one you can, where's it at? Maybe you can't see it on this one. Yeah, it disappeared. You could see where it was. So once we get those back in the car, we just bolt them up, and I don't even know if we'll need to put the lower camber arms in. I think we'll be okay without those, but worst case scenario, we'll throw them back in. Should be pretty easy. 2 bolts on each side, and we're ready to rock. Put her on the ground.
It blocks our minds away from truth. We feed the rich and kill the peasant. Now the plague wanders loose. Just let the trio hear your mind. Come and follow Mr. Rabbit through the void. You walk alone, ignore the plagues of depression. Supernova, fear the reaper. Judgment day has now arrived. The rituals of sacred tones. Read up the blood and sacrifice. Deep in the woods of eyes of this that holds the power to control this homicidal retribution. Lest the spirits take a hold of one creation must destroy. You can't escape the rain of sin, and with these floods the sun will fade. It doesn't matter in the end.
All right, so we have found out that this has a nut on the back of it, and you can't see it from down here. So Jackson's trying to finagle it. You can probably see it struggling a little bit, but we got this top bolt on with no problem. Obviously, you can see it right there. So hopefully this should be a lot easier now. On this side, control arm is in. Don't have the spring in over here yet, but we just kind of went ahead and got to work on it. Over here, the whole suspension is assembled. Spring, control arm, camber arm on the lower end, and then the rear shock. So gonna have brand new rear shocks. Did you see that? Not good. So gonna be getting all new rear shocks, front struts, all that fun stuff. But for now, it'll roll just like that. So it's perfect. She's ready to go on this side. Only took like 15 minutes. Gonna do the same thing over here. Not putting the brake lines through yet because the subframe is gonna have to come back out, and that's stupid because it's way harder to do. So we're gonna zip tie those guys up just like we did to the drive shaft, but this will work for now. Suspension's done, both sides. So not the final product, but the roller for now. That's all I need. So she's going well. Look at those nice babies right there.
We'll have to jack it off.
Yeah. We're gonna jack it up. We're gonna find out where to zip tie those bad boys so they're not getting in the way and I don't have to take them all the way off. Zip tie those, jack it up, put the wheels on, get her on the ground. That's all we gotta do. Leaving that out, because I don't care about that right now. But actually we're getting really close. So we might actually do the water pump now too. We'll see. Maybe the valve cover gasket. We'll see what we wanna do. And just like that, wheels are back on. No diff or anything in there, but she rolls. Alignment is super goofed. Not on this side, this one's okay. But if you come over here, look straight down, she's a little towed in. So we'll get that fixed eventually. Not really on my priority list right now. I want to get it running first. So we're gonna get the front set down in this thing. Got to decide if I want to push it and wash it or do a water pump first. But we're gonna have some cleaning up to do here. Got a valve cover for this. Water pump is, I can only imagine, not fun to reach in this thing. So we'll see where we want to go, but she's turning out pretty good. It's exciting to see her on the ground. I haven't seen her on the ground in, almost 2 months. So this is pretty cool. It's a big step. We're getting there. A little torqued right now, but very exciting. Okay, after assessing, we have realized that the water pump, it's right down in there, not gonna be fun to get to. So we're not gonna do that today. We're not gonna tackle any of the engine stuff today. I think I'm gonna end the video here or either send it to a part 2. We'll have to figure out when I can get back into this. If I can get working on this thing again before Thursday, I'll just do it into just kind of all the same video, but we'll see. So probably gonna end the video here. we're making really, really good progression with this thing. Seeing it on the ground is a huge step, and it makes me super excited. I really want to drive it, but I can't. So we're really, really coming along. We're so close to being able to drive this thing. I need suspension, I need a clutch, and then it's ready to go. I've got all the other parts except for those rear control arms or camber arms, but those are going to be coming here in the next week or two. So super excited about this thing. I just want to slide it. After going today, makes you super, what do you call it?
Amped.
Yeah, it makes me amped. Super motivated to work on the car after going to the drift event today. But she is coming along. I'm going to close this so you can see it. She is coming along. First time seeing her on the ground in a long time. Makes me super excited. Forgot how short this car is, and it's going to be even more short when I put suspension on it. So
You gotta go more low.
thank you guys for checking out this video. Really appreciate it. She's coming along. We're getting there. Don't forget to subscribe, comment anything you think. Let me know what you would do to it, whether it's color, whether it's what suspension you would go with, anything like that. Because I'm excited. We're going BCs on this thing. It's going to be sweet. First set of BCs. I cheaped out on my Focus, learned with this thing, buy once, cry once, you'll never die. So very excited about this. Thank you guys for everything. Like, comment, subscribe. Send me to everybody you know. We're getting along.